Okay, now let us talk about this story coming out of Germany. And I'm talking about the Kentler experiment. Now, what this is people who are in authority, people who are supposed to look out for the best interests of children, they take children from vulnerable background and place them in foster care to known pedophile. Yes, you've heard right. Right? In Europe, in Germany, they take children from vulnerable background and place them with known pedophile, known child sex abusers. Believe that. I cannot believe that this has happened in Europe. I cannot believe this was allowed to happen for so long. But another part of this is that there is mounting evidence that the agency, the people who are supposed to look out for children's best interests, whether it is child protection they call them or social services, we are having mounting evidence that these people, they are not looking out for the best interests of children. Right? So we have cases coming out of Italy, what they did to their children, and we have cases in America coming out of Kansas as well. Right? So you need to understand when someone show you who they are and what they stand for, you need to believe them. You need to believe what child services or social services stand for. There is mounting evidence. I'm not making this thing up. Many of you will say this is fake news or conspiracy theories, but I've selected some clippings from various websites. Please go and verify the story for yourself so you can see this really happened in Europe, right? This happened in Germany, a rich, powerful country like that, and this happened for decades. They take children from vulnerable background and put them in foster care with known sex offenders, known sexual abusers of children. Pedophiles, I can't believe it. Right? We are living in the end times. We are not getting there. We are there. No, I'll be reading a little bit of the story from The Sun, and this is courtesy of a Patrick Knox. Now, you can go and look for your own source and verify it for yourself. Now, it says, victim of a rapt social experiment in Germany, where authorities deliberately placed troubled kids with pedophile foster parents, are set to win compensation. Now, my question is this. How much do you pay that individual that was deliberately placed in danger? What is the price? How much do you pay for that? Right? Now let's get into some more. Between 1969 to 2003, these homeless boys aged between 6 and 14 was handed over to pedos because it was thought the vulnerable kids might benefit from their attention. Educated people in Europe, right? Educated people in Germany, well-thinking, well-spoken, well-dressed. And they think that vulnerable kids might benefit from the attention from known sexual predators. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. It's unbelievable that this thing was allowed to happen for so many years. From 1969 to 2003, they have subjected children to this kind of torture. No, this absolutely is satanic, wicked, demonic, and coming out of the pits of hell when you subject a child from the age of 6 to 14 to a known pedophile to abuse. Right? How wicked can you get? Let's get into some more. The twisted logic behind the Kentler experiment, named after the leading sexologist Helmut Kentler, who spearheaded it, was that pedophile could have positive consequences. Right? How can, right, a pedophile have a positive consequence on a child? How can a pervert, right? Or can a sexual predator have a positive consequence on a child? How can a sexual experience with an adult be positive? Right? These people are really satanic. They are not human. I'm convinced now. Let's get into some more. Astonishingly, in the late 1960s, Kentler managed to persuade West Berlin's ruling Senate that homeless boys would leap at the opportunity to be fostered by pedophile dads. Children would leap at the opportunity to be fostered by a known sex offender, a known pedophile. How wicked can you get? It goes to show you the mindset of the West Berlin Senate, right? Why would you take advice from an individual like this? Why would you even give him the time of day? So it shows you who these people really are, who agree to this insane, wicked, satanic idea. Let's keep it moving. It was successfully argued they would be head over heels in love with their new father figures. About this time, Kentler was publicly lobbying for decriminalization of sex between adults and children in West Germany. So now the chicken has come home to roost. You see his intention, what he's all about. He wants it so that adults can have sex with children openly and society will agree. But what is happening now is that people do not have an appetite for adults to be having sex with children. It will never ever be accepted and it will never be popular, and they know it, so they come up with their own plan. Let us connect some dots now. Now we got Miss Coranda, and Miss Coranda is affecting economies worldwide. And in this little story here, it says that homeless boys, and when an economy is crumbling and people cannot provide for their children and their families, what do you think will happen? Their children will be most affected by them not being able to provide for them. So the wicked satanic child services or social services will step in and take away their children, because that is the plan of Coranda. Destroy the economy and get humanity on their knees. So whatever you do not agree to, by the time you're on your knees, you will agree to it. Right? Now, let us make some other important connections. Because seeing as humanity will not accept various sexual debauchery, pedophilia, bestiality, then you have to be forced. So Miss Coranda is here to help force the issue, because I already tell you that the 5G technology that is rolling out worldwide, I show you with receipts that it is a mind control weapon. So if you do not agree to it, then they have their mind control weapon to control your mind. And just in case the 5G don't work, they've got the immunization for Miss Coranda, which is a DNA nanotech that comes with a microchip. And that microchip will be able to use to control you. That is what it is there for. So one way or the other, they will get to your children. No, you need to understand various bills. Because in countries like the United States, you need to pay keen attention, because they have various bills that they need to come into law, and these bills will enable them to get at your children. And one of the first bill is the HR 5 Equality Act. And with that bill, you have things like pedophilia and bestiality and various sexual debauchery hiding behind that bill, right? So that they can get to your children. That is what that bill is all about, because when they finally legalize pedophilia, then these people can go out and foster or adopt your children that you cannot take care of because you don't have a job, because Corona destroys your economy. Is this making sense? Are you connecting the dots? Do you understand? Everything is well planned. All the T's have been crossed and all the I's have been dotted. So that is why it is important for the Democrats to win the American election, because they are the ones pushing and promoting various bills, and they need these bills to become law. Right? So now you understand the purpose of Corunda and why I say it is a complete hoax, and why I say these people are trying to get to our children. It is time for us to open our eyes and look at ways and means to protect our children from the system, because we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with principalities. And people need to understand there are humans walking around that look like us, but they are not human. And they want the blood of your children and the flesh of your children. They want to torture them, sexually abuse them, use their organs, destroy your children. And seeing as you won't accept it, they're going to find a way to push it on you, and they're going to find a way to control you, either through the 5G or the Corona immunization. One way or the other, they will get to your children. That has always been the plan. Open your eyes and know that we're in a spiritual battle, and these people are pushing for the pedophile agenda like never before. They are using everything at their disposal. Remember these two females that were at the TED Talk and how they were trying to put forward a case for us all to have sympathy and adults who want to have sex with children. Right? They were using soft tones, right? Trying to reason with us, trying to reason with humanity, why we should accept pedophilia, why we should accept grown adults wanting to have sex with children. Now, let's get into what Miss Madeleine, what's her name? Madeleine Van der Bird had to say about this character known as Jonas, who is 19. Now, here's a little bit. There will never be a loving and fulfilling relationship. He can never enter because Jonas is a pedophile. He's only attracted to female children between 6 and 12 years. So he wants a loving relationship with your 6 to 12-year-old daughter, and he can never enter it because he's a pedophile. So we should sit back and allow these people access to our children. That is what they are promoting. Right? Go look this talk up on TED Talk for yourself. Use critical thinking and connect the dots. We need to pray and say, glory be to the Most High.